Hello and welcome everybody to the Raindance Film Festival YouTube channel. Today I'm interviewing the filmmakers Carlo Ortu and Graham Choke behind the short Pretty Things. We would like to know how the idea of this short film came up to you.
You know what? I don't remember where the idea came from. I just remember like the theme of it about people lying to each other and sort of like feeling really uncomfortable, and it's like that awkward Englishness, just that sort of vibe. And I sort of came up with the idea of a grandfather wanting to get a hug of his granddaughter, and then just sort of taking it to its, natural comedic conclusion of like trying to make something up which is really extreme, which I don't want to give away really.
Did you write the story as well?
Yes, I wrote and directed it, and produced it.
So you write and you direct and you produce it.
Yeah.
How all these things could come together?
Well, I wrote the script a year ago, and the reason it got made was because I did a music video, and I was at a nice party where the music video and the song was being launched, the album, and I got talking to a clothes designer, and I said, I was talking about my work, and I said I've got another short script which I want to make. I told her about it, and then she gave me some money to go and make it. Because everyone in the actual film is wearing clothes by Timothy Fox Clothing. Let's get that in. So, Timothy Fox Clothing, yeah.
So how long did it take? Since the beginning of the script to the end of the editing?
It was a matter of weeks before they changed their minds. We just basically got the money and shot it within a few weeks, really. It was really quite fast.
So how many days did you take just to shoot it? Yeah.
1 day.
Oh, just 1 day?
Yeah, it was fast. We shot it in a house in Kingston, which Graham found, and it was a really fast. We rehearsed it really well, and we storyboarded it. We knew exactly what we were doing. We literally got in first thing. The people who lived there were really nice, and they sort of just basically left us to go out for the whole day, and they came back about 8, and we were just finishing off sort of thing. So it's just didn't stop really.
How many works did you do together before this one?
We worked on about 3, haven't we? And I think working with Carlo is quite good at keeping the energy up on set. So although it was quite a lot to shoot in a day, it kept ticking over nicely. And like Carlo said, if you get problems, you just kind of roll with the punches, don't you? And I think because it was the script itself was nicely contained. It was just the one location we had to worry about, and once we got that, then everything else seemed
to took us a while to get the location. Actually, that was the one thing. We needed the location to be right, otherwise it wouldn't fit the characters. So we'd looked for quite a few, then we played around with what we put on the walls and stuff, and that took a while, didn't it? Actually?
Yeah. And I think it was kind of a perfect fit. The location is quite open plan, so it obviously allowed more freedom for Carlo to kind of play around with camera angles and stuff like that, but yeah, it all worked out fine.
When we walked in, we sort of knew it would be the right place, didn't we really?
Yeah, and then it was just a matter of talking about characters and obviously certain props that were related to certain characters.
The chess set was important, because if you watch the film, everyone's got their own strategy, and they're all, when you watch it, it'll make more sense. So we wanted to get a chess set in there, which will play a really important part in the titles and stuff like that. And I want the 2 main guys to be playing it at the beginning, because they're sort of planning stuff. We wanted to get just the right chess set, and some of them weren't just quite right, and we wanted to get one that's quite aged and nice, but we were lucky we found one.
How was the work with the actor? Did you do any kind of...
Yeah, we did a day's rehearsal above a pub in Tooting, which went really well. Bill, who played the main character, was really good to work with. Everyone was really good. I hadn't worked with Bill or Chris, who played the 2 gentlemen, before. I'd worked with Andrew on one other film, and I never worked with Alicia. So 3 actors I'd never worked with, and I never worked with Andrew as an actor before either. So it was quite, different working with. It was nice to work with new actors as well.
How did you choose the actor?
Bill I'd seen in a short film. Before, a friend of mine directed a film called Vincent, which he was in. Chris I found online, through Casting Call Pro. Andrew like I said, worked with on our film, and Alicia was at a table reading of one of my scripts about 6 months before, and I met her then, and I thought she'd be perfect for that role. So yeah, got on board.
So you did a part of the casting director works as well?
Yeah, I did all the casting as well. Actually, what didn't I do on this film?
Yeah, why was I there?
I got the food. Yeah, I did everything. Yeah, no, didn't I? Yeah.
Maybe this is the most important way to do things
Get
on
things
the own.
done. I mean, I like to do things myself to get things done. You know, I can edit. I can grade slightly. I can act if I need to. You know, so if I need to, I'll jump in and do it, sort of thing. But I don't know, I just did it because I thought, well, I might as well do it. Otherwise, I will get someone on board, and I got to say, can you do this? And I thought, well, I'll just do it myself. You know. So yeah.
And are you working on other projects now?
Yeah, I've got a few feature scripts, and it's a couple of them looking better and more hopeful than others. I've got another short which I'm entering for a competition later on this year, which I'm working on at the minute. So writing at the minute, I'm just trying to plug my shorts a bit more.
Could you find a production for that, or you're going to do the production as well?
I'd happily sell some of the feature scripts if anyone wants to buy them, but if I can get the money, I'd like to make them myself. But it just depends, it's this money really. If I had the money, I'd go ahead and do it tomorrow, But it's just trying to find the funding.
Could you give a suggestion or advice to any young directors that would like to do a movie or a short, in which way they could approach to a production, or in which way they could find money to do it?
Well, I often read scripts by people who want to make a film and they're just completely unmakeable. In a sense, they're set. Like I've got something set in space and it's going to be great, and I will make it myself. And how much is it going to cost? It's about £25,000 or something like that. And you think, well, good luck when you get the money. So my advice would be make something that you can make for a small price, and then you're definitely going to make it. There's a lot of people I know that, not a lot of people I know, but there's people I know that have got projects that they can't make because it's too expensive. So they end up trying to find the money for a short or a feature at that they know that they can't make themselves. You need to be spinning more than one plate. You need to have more than one project on the go at the same time so that you can try and bring one to fruition, if that makes sense.
But what about post-production, for example? Maybe it could be very expensive as well.
Not really, I don't think. These days, you can edit really cheaply. You can get a grading package really cheaply. I don't think post-production these days is as costly as it was, say, 10 years ago or 15 years ago. Definitely not as... When I started out, it was all massive cameras on your shoulder, it wasn't HD, it was all standard definition. Editing packages cost a fortune. You can pick up Final Cut X, which is going for like £200 now. A few years ago, it was like near £1,000. Everything was a lot more expensive. Everything's more accessible, and you can get a decent camera. The one they're shooting on now, you can get a really good HD camera for a good price, or rent it or borrow it. I think it's a lot easier to make a film, but it's harder to stand out because there are a lot more films coming out.
And do you have any kind of suggestions?
Yeah, I think surround yourself with like-minded people as well. People you can trust, people who enjoy doing what you do as well. And I'll echo what Carlo said. If you can write scripts that are not necessarily cheap but are economical to make, especially in this day and age, there's no reason you can go off and fund it yourself. I think when you're starting out as a filmmaker, you have to kind of pull a few favours, kind of maybe bend the rules slightly. But there are ways to do it, and I think with technology the way it is, it's more accessible than ever. So there's no reason why people can't make more movies.
What about the experience at Raindance Film Festival?
It was good. My experience at Raindance Film Festival was quite funny. I went to the opening party, and then the actual screening, I took my 6-month daughter along because I couldn't get a babysitter. So I had her strapped to me as I walked into the cinema, and I literally just sat there, watched my film, hoping she wouldn't cry, and then sort of ran out, basically. So my experience was just basically sat there, hoping she didn't ruin everyone else's experience, then sort of running away. So that's my Raindance experience, really.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And we hope to see you again maybe for the next project.
Yeah, cheers.
Thank you. Thanks for watching. If you missed the last episode, click here. If you like it, subscribe the channel. If you have any comments to do, write down. And if you're a filmmaker, get in touch.